Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the zoo. The minions with me this evening are Adam.
Hello.
And he's over at Inquisitor, so he might be able to tell Inquisitor.
Real cool. I believe he said Quiz might say hello.
Hello!
There we go. And then,
Adam's over at my place. Hello, everyone. I say I'll be intermittently joining in.
yep, he'll be popping in and out. He has other people over there as well, so he is entertaining, playing some games, and having some fun for the New Year's celebration.
He's teaching a new person on
How to play 40K.
Yeah, how to play 40K.
All right. I will be back.
He'll be in and out throughout the show. Then we have JohnnyHellcat with us at the moment.
Hello, and long time no see, Quiz.
Yep. And then we have Spoonie.
Oh, how goes it?
And of course, I'm the keeper for the night, Sanguine. We'll also be joined with a few others throughout the night because I sent the link to Hate Camel, who said that he'll be able to pop in a bit late. Dr. Functional, who may or may not be too sauced in order to join in, but he wanted a link all the same. And then also Sora Luna, who won't be able to join at the start, but should be able to join partway through. So we're lined up for a rather good show. And now we have a camera air in the bottom corner. So we're starting out with the tech airs nice and early, which should mean that it's a fairly decent show all in all. So how are you guys doing tonight?
I'm alive and kicking.
Always better than the alternative.
I'm
Let's go
Go ahead,
Adam
Johnny.
first.
I was gonna say I'm about like 2 glasses of Patron in.
While you're holding it.
Yeah,
Nice.
feeling pretty good.
Are you talking the pour size that you should be having, or are you talking actual glasses?
What do you mean? Like 2-finger, 3-finger type thing?
Well, a proper pour will be a finger to 2 fingers. A full-size standard glass will be about 8 to 16.
The second one.
Talking the second one? Okay, good show, good show.
Come on, it's New Year's, dude. Come on.
I don't drink.
Yeah, before the stream, I started out eating my dinner, and with that, I had 2 shoes of sake, a shoe of umushu, a beer, and then some whiskey.
Nice.
And see, my youngest is, or my older boy is in the chat.
Ah, hello.
How
The
goes
phone
it?
of the Hellcat.
Scarecrow.
How goes?
That's him right over there.
Ah,
I'll just
there.
call him Crow. It's easier.
Yep. Whichever works.
How are you doing, Johnny?
Oh, not too bad. It's been a pretty busy day, so yeah.
Festivities with the family.
Yeah, for the most part. We're keeping it pretty low key. We don't have the well, we're not the party family we used to be. So
Fair enough.
Yeah, with my uncle being sick, it's kind of hard to do stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely understand slowing down when it comes to that. As anyone who has celebrated a holiday with me knows that I'm somewhat of a avatar of a long-forgotten feasting deity, so I always try to...
I still want to go for New Year, 4th of July one of these days, I think, you know.
Oh yeah, that 4th of July that we had was absolutely fantastic. We got, what was it, Adam? 12 pounds of steak?
Nice.
Yeah, what was it? New York cut?
You have all the way up.
Yep. New York strip, 12 pounds of New York strip. We got a lot of mushroom, some asparagus, all that good shit, potatoes, grilled that up right proper, and just had a good feast of it. Though I accidentally melted a portion of Adam's grill.
Was that hot, huh?
Yeah, I got the grill up to north of 1,000 degrees.
Nice. That mostly glass too.
One of the handles on the grill was apparently plastic. So I have the grill just going full whack and slicing up something else. I look back over and I realize there was a handle. Shit, the handle melted. So I ended up accidentally melting a handle off Adam's grill, but the food turned out amazing all the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say the food came out great.
Well, actually, for the first time, I grilled some potatoes on the grill, and it came out really nice. Even the burnt skins tasted awesome.
Yeah. Grilled
try that
chips
again.
are a thing of beauty.
Oh yeah, I gotta try that too. I had to turn my webcam off because it was causing internet issues.
Yeah, all you have to do for grilled chips is you slice the potatoes fairly thin, you toss them in some oil, some garlic. If you want to add in some herbs, toss in your herbs at that moment. Then put them either on a very fine grated grill, or you need to get a grill basket or skillet in there.
Okay.
They get some nice smoke to them as they cook. Absolutely amazing flavor. Fantastic. And of course, you toss them in some oil so that they can get a bit crispy as they cook up as well.
Nice.
Delicious. Even when I was there, unfortunately, got a bit distracted as we were having fun, so
Didn't you marinate it too?
Oh, the steaks I marinated. The steaks were dry brined 24 hours before cooking.
Nice.
So I used a combination of Maldon smoked sea salt as well as... Wait, no, I didn't have my Tocky powder with me, so it was just Maldon on those. The next time that I come and cook for you guys, I have to remember to bring my Tocky powder because that just kicks the flavor up that added little bit.
All right, I gotta try that then.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's a...
What was it called?
Tocky. It's a powder derived from maitake mushrooms. So it is effectively concentrated umami flavor. And it is ridiculous when you use it. Because it makes steak taste beefier due to that added little umami hit. And all you need to do with it is you throw it on the steak 24 to 48 hours ahead of when you want to cook them. You leave the steak on a cooling rack on a tray in your oven, or not in your oven, in your refrigerator. Moisture gets pulled out of the steak by the salt, and then once it dissolves the salt and the maitake powder get pulled right into the heart of the steak. So like I said, it is absolutely amazing when you use it. Oh, and Useless fell out and came back in, so we're going to have two of them until I remove the host.
Not all of them.
Yeah, sorry about that. My internet's acting up.
Not a problem. Tech issues are outside of anyone's control.
You know, hopefully next 4th of July we can do something similar. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And at the very least, if not for the 4th of July, there's the great Minions Meetup that we're trying to plan out for next year, if I remember correctly, right?
Well, that'd be fun.
Oh shit! Yeah, this is next year.
I think it's next year.
Where at?
I'm trying to remember where it is. I know that Adam, Inquisitor, and I are thinking of chipping in and getting an RV and just road tripping it down. But I think it's down...
I think it's in Tennessee.
Yeah, I want to say like Tennessee, Kentucky, somewhere down there.
Oh, it's a trap to get people into Knoxville, is it?
Quite possibly.
Yeah, it looks like Memphis.
I won't be able to make it
That
then.
would be
So
Georgia if it's Memphis.
No, Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh yeah, there's Memphis, Tennessee as well, isn't it?
Well, because I think isn't that where Eve is from?
Now I'm confusing places because, oh yeah, she's Tennessee and one of the others is Georgia, aren't they?
Who's from Georgia?
Who the fuck is Georgia? I know someone was Georgia, and now I'm trying to remember who the fuck it was, because we have like half the minions are down in the south, so we have Alabama, Tennessee. I want to say Georgia. Then we have both the Virginias. And I can't remember if someone was... No, they weren't Louisiana. It was just Alabama was the closest to Louisiana.
Well, we got a lot of Midwesterners, too.
Yep. Yeah, we have a sizable chunk in the Midwest. We have a sizable chunk down south. And then the rest of us are just shotgunned across the U.S.
And for some reason, a whole bunch of Canadians.
Yeah, we picked up a shit ton of Canadians and some English and various other inhabitants of the UK. Then we have one person that's Dutch, at least one person that's Dutch, and a handful of other random countries. We are becoming an international group at a fairly good clip here.
soon we will take over the world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Well, we do have a French minion
Yeah.
as well.
It's been a while
Because-
since you talked to him too, though.
Yeah, Samael hasn't been able to be around when everything went tits up with the world.
Yeah. It's there.
His life just started getting kicked in the teeth for a bit.
Yep.
But it seems like things are starting to come back online for him, so hopefully he'll be able to make a glorious return.
Yeah.
Although
he is-
I am
Okay.
somewhat jealous because my wife likes his voice.
Ah. Yeah. Samael does have a rather impressive voice, and he is, to date, the only French person that I don't absolutely hate that I've met.
And my voice is pretty good too. Come on now.
No, I'm actually because we were thinking about doing an anniversary stream,
Mm-hmm.
but like real life stuff has got in the way.
As
We're
always.
still planning on doing something, at least as far as an anniversary type stream.
Mm-hmm.
But as far, I want to see how much stuff I can get away with because there's a couple things I want to introduce her to that I watch on YouTube, which, I mean,
It's good that you very quickly added YouTube there,
yes.
especially with the conversations that we had last night and the constant circling back round to gay porn.
So no audience.
Ignore that.
All
Ignore
right.
everything you hear there, Scarecrow. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that
Kids
he
in
was
the
here.
chat.
Sorry, Scarecrow.
he's old enough. He knows what's up. But
Your father should have taught you to ignore most of what I say.
I tell him to ignore most of everything, but he never does. He never listens.
Ah,
So,
fair enough. He
no,
must be a
I
teenager then.
yeah, I just meant like, yeah, he is. He's very much a teenager. Yeah, he's 14 going on 15, so
Mm-hmm.
he's getting up there. I've actually had him on a couple of my streams.
Mm-hmm.
I've been contemplating bringing them on to a couple of Minion streams just to introduce them to some people.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but yeah, I just meant show her like Drunkle video that I had an idea for, just for the fact that she's like, "There's no way people could be this insane," and I'm like, "Well, let me introduce you to the lady who made Queer Kid stuff." Like,
Oh god.
but it would be, watching a Drunkle. I can't subject her to that stuff by itself.
And
Like, it
damn
would
it,
just drive her nuts.
your mentioning of Queer Kids stuff just reminded me of something from fucking ages ago.
What, the peanut butter production song?
Yeah, it's the Galactic Bubble production.
Yeah, get the bubble.
Yes.
That one, yeah.
The Queer Kids stuff song.
And that's all right.
And
Miss that guy.
if Adam unmutes, Inquisitor will probably be able to chime in on this, because back in the early days of Minions, a bunch of us would hop in voice chat after streams and just end up spending the night in there bullshitting back and forth. And Inquisitor would end up falling asleep, and the only thing that would wake him up would be, "It doesn't matter if you're in the pre-K, you're still gay."
No,
Well, hold on. Let me ask him.
the youngest is gonna get me canceled, if anything. Like,
That's your job, though.
if this were Canada, I would be brought up on the Human Rights Tribunal. So it's
Hold on.
just
Hold
on
Here comes
his
Chris,
words
here comes Chris.
alone.
What's up?
So, Inquisitor, you remember early days of Minions. You would
Uh-huh.
fall asleep in VC after a stream.
Sometimes,
And then
yeah.
the only thing that would be able to wake you up would be the GBP Queer Kids Stuff song.
Oh, yeah.
It was a Queer Kid song?
Oh, it's Queer Kids stuff. You remember that YouTube channel?
That
I don't
horrible
even want to. Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck happened to him anymore.
Well, they ended up becoming insolvent, if I remember correctly. Then they got investments from a bunch of people. And then I think Lindsay got an actual show somewhere
Oh
I
god.
don't know why.
On what?
and just dropped Queer Kids stuff.
Or if I do one on my
I can't remember where her show was, but if I remember correctly, that was what happened. That
Yeah, shit. You
she
remember
got
that?
funding, got a show,
I'm going
did
with
her
the
show, it
Yes, Rambo.
failed miserably
What?
as well.
And going to all my wound
You
against
I did not know that Rambo was in Mortal Kombat 11. What? When did they do that? Or is this like a hack that you have on your spreadsheet? When did they do fucking Rambo?
I think it was after they brought the second part of 11 when they added another story, I think.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, he's one of the bonus DLC characters.
I know that
Hey, dude, you hold on, you haven't seen so? Oh shit,
Oh.
this is gonna be. bad.
Who all's in it? No.
You watch this? Hold on, listen to Quiz when he sees this.
Yeah, she ended up. So she started Queer Kids stuff.
Suicidal.
That died out because
I think I've seen her.
Queer
Yeah, I know
Kids stuff.
Terminator.
It was
Then
Joe
you had a TED
Yeah,
Talk
Joker.
2 years ago,
but they did.
and
No?
got hired up to do some work
Oh,
on
yeah, and
various
Spawn.
TV shows.
Oh yeah, and Spawn.
Yeah.
And then they gave the characters their movie editions, so you could play. You could play as Raiden as what's his nut?
Fuck.
Chris Lambert.
Chris
Chris-
Lambert.
yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Lambert.
And even Johnny Cage they got.
Chick
And what's her name? Veronica
from
Vaughn.
yeah, chick from everyone knows from Happy Gilmore.
Bridget something or other.
Brigitte Nelson.
Yeah, was
Is it?
I think.
No, that's got to be a porn star name.
Yeah.
That came a little too easily for Adam.
That name just was on the forefront of my lobe, man.
That's like right
That's
there.
random access memory right there.
Brigitte Nelson. Yeah, I saw her take a couple cocks. Oh shit! Wait, no, she was in Mortal
Okay.
Kombat. That was the same lady. I don't know.
Adam, the only reason why I'm not sure that it's a porn name is because
Bridget
there's
Wilson.
neither a color nor is there a virtue in that name.
Wilson.
Yeah, Bridget
one?
Wilson.
Bridget Wilson. Oh, see,
Yeah.
I was close. Nelson. I guess had Simpsons on the button. I guess.
And Adam, I'm going to remind you that there is a 14-year-old in chat.
Just because we talk about our porn proclivities. That's fine.
I
The
forgot.
14-year-old was just quickly scribbling down notes there.
We're gonna corrupt his mind. You know.
Brigitte Nelson. Well, now he's gonna go looking up Brigitte Nelson and be disappointed. There were no cocks. Oh wait. I'm sorry.
So, fatal blow, is that the X-ray attack?
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing as this is the New Year's show,
Oh, she was born where I was born.
It looks so bad.
Well, it's a switch.
Yeah.
God damn it, Johnny, you said that line, immediately a line came to my mind, and then immediately after I went, there's a 14-year-old. Shut up.
Oh yeah, JohnnyHellcat's son, right?
Yes.
Yeah, his son is in the chat.
This
All right.
kitten.
How's it going?
Young Johnny. I'm getting my ass beat.
Yeah,
You want to say
you
something
are.
sanguine about New Year's?
The spawn of the Hellcat.
The Hellcat spawn.
Ugh.
It would be the feline hell spawn. There you go.
Yeah.
That works.
But yeah, since this is a New Year's Eve stream, does anyone have any particularly happy moments of 2021?
Not really.
Or was 2021 really the year that kicked everyone in the teeth?
Let me see. Have a seizure, break my collarbone. Get.
My
Yeah,
2020.
how else do you want to? How much deeper do you want to dig? I'm waiting for the
Being
rapture.
out of work until the beginning of July.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah, no, yeah, I was there too. God damn it, this year sucked.
Yeah, mine had a lot of ups and downs as normal, but
Thanks
a lot of good came from it too.
No AP, so it's whatever.
Fucking totally grabbed her.
It seems
that's
like-
not a good thing.
The past 2 years have kicked a fuck ton of people in the teeth.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to get me in Lord already. So you know, I'm gonna go up from here, right?
Talent.
Mm-hmm.
Earth Realms got talent.
But
Oh.
This makes a supernova.
does anyone have any particular hopes for the coming year?
I hope next year. I mean, honestly, like the only thing I'm looking towards is like, you know, hopefully I can keep working and building up, and you know, that's really the only thing I can, because otherwise everything else is shit.
I hear you. I'm in much the same boat. My whole thing is I want to keep my head down, get my painting work done, and then the goal is one day not to have to use my Minions streams to paint.
Yeah, that would be
everything will
nice.
be fun. Everything will
honestly.
be painted, so then I'll be sitting there actually like drawing or doing some sort of cartoon. That's what I want to.
Then we could probably be like that. Was it that popular lady? Chaos E. She has her own Twitch channel and everything.
Yeah,
It's fucking
but does she draw?
She does not draw.
Ah.
So you know you have a leg up there.
Yes,
You know, what does she do? She just plays games. Right?
plays video
Yeah.
games.
So I mean, yeah, you know, it'd be nice to get our own stream channels and be able to do that. You know, honestly, even at that, I'd love to play some video games with you online too, man. That's
Yeah.
You two really should do a retro gaming channel.
That'd be cool.
it'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Between the two of us, I mean,
Yeah.
I've got a huge collection, but you've got some games that I don't, and you've got some systems I don't.
Yep.
You got the Virtual Boy.
I gotta fix that. I still gotta fix that.
Yeah, you gotta fix it, but you have one. I don't. I don't have
You guys can make each other's eyes bleed.
Hey, come on. I can.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that to play some old PlayStation games.
I'm pretty sure my doctor doesn't want me to play that.
Play the true boy. I'm fairly certain he doesn't
I'm
either.
pretty sure if I brought it to my neurologist, he'd be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
Maybe this is why you have.
Maybe this is why you have epilepsy.
I actually tried them.
It gave you epilepsy.
Thanks,
Goddamn
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Well, I actually
Isn't
tried
that
them.
effectively why the Virtual Boy was pulled? It kept on causing people to have.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I did start getting epilepsy after I got.
They're virtual one. Simmons.
Hold on. We're gonna mute and pause here real quick. Okay.
Copy that?
Well, I tried to emulate a Virtual Boy. It was slow as hell. Because of those tools, the dual screen thing in the 3D makes it hard to emulate.
Also, just the trying to simulate the causing your eyes to bleed spontaneously is really difficult. For me, this year wasn't that bad, especially since over the course of the past year, I have gone down in weight rather substantially.
Nice.
Because I went from at my largest like 325, and now I'm down to sub 250.
So now you're all muscle, huh?
While still being a giant dwarf.
Yeah, but it's all muscle. You know?
Yeah, fair bit of it is. I have hypertrophic legs and forearms and upper arms. So a fair chunk of it is just solid muscle mass, and then I have my gut.
Yeah, well, me are the opposite. I'm tall and lanky, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been trying to gain weight to be at a healthy weight, you know.
Yeah, ever since Inquisitor came up with the Sanguine looks like a giant dwarf, that has been the most accurate description of my appearance.
I think I only seen a picture of you once, so.
Yeah, I don't show pictures even to the minions that often. So it's mainly the minions that have seen me in real life. So Adam, Eve, Skep, and Ink that have really gotten a good look at me. Though I did appear back on the Minions Con stream on camera.
Nice.
But other than that, this year has been fairly not really great, but not really bad for me either. The only other thing that was really nice this year was my work gave me a $6,000 per year raise.
Nice.
Which is fucking sizable, so
you can buy a lot of food with that.
Yep.
I know you love your food, so.
With the inflation, I'm curious how much it'll actually be at the end.
Yeah, especially after taxes too.
Mm-hmm. Taxes are going to always be a bitch, but the raise is nice. Also, we're about to go into New Year's for the Eastern time zone. So everyone in the Eastern time zone, Happy New Year. It's a little bit early. I'll say it again in, what is it, a bit less than a minute now. Shall we do the countdown at the 10 mark for Eastern and then do another countdown for Central?
So we're not doing Pacific time, huh?
That would require a rather long stream to hit.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we can do the countdown. When it's 10 seconds out.
Yep. And I have my watch that I'll...
Let's do it.
Adam unmuted there for a moment and then remuted. So
I'm sorry, I was agreeing. I agree with the countdown part.
It is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
New Year.
So
that's the patrol.
be another hour before we do the same for Central Standard Time.
And I'll be just letting you know for Central Standard Time. I have this joint that I have ready.
Oh,
That we're gonna spark up. So my little cube here will probably be paused for a bit while we're outside.
which strain is it?
It's 3 different strains.
Oh,
It's wedding cake. It's something like Mondo or Mordo breath,
Okay.
which is probably my favorite, to be honest. And this other one, I don't know what it's called, but it has a nice like mellow flow to it. So all 3 of them, we were enjoying a nice smoke earlier, and I think everybody agreed it was a good blend. It was a nice.
I'm hoping that is just a really long name for a strain. This other one, I don't know what it's called, but it's really nice and mellow. Just that is the name of the strain.
That's what they slap on the label.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about California, I could grow 2 plants at home, so I grow my own. So.
Nice.
And just to let people in chat know, yeah,
about basil.
Scarecrow's my older boy, posing as Lord Meowington. That would be my youngest.
You have a whole litter, don't you?
Yeah.
So the youngest is the one that's going to get you brought up before a tribunal at some point. And
Yes.
Just as a prank,
It's just a joke, bruh.
Yeah, it's just a prank, bro.
So the question is, does the youngest say the same sort of shit that I say when off air all the time? Is that effectively what the issue is with the youngest getting you brought up before a tribunal, or what exactly is going to get you brought up?
Let's just say that when he gets to be the age, he will fit right in with the minions.
And since Adam already described what they're going to be partaking in, should I pour up a whiskey for myself for the evening?
Sure. Why
And
not?
if so, which whiskey do you guys think I should crack into?
What was that? That fancy one I can't remember.
The Lefroy,
Yeah, that one. That one sounds interesting.
the Lefroy Cask Strength Cardias.
Yeah, that'd be great. And start out New Year's with that, Nice, expensive
Copy that.
liquor.
Let me go grab that.
And hi,
Happy
Sora.
New Year.
Happy New Year, Sora.
Hey, Sora.
Happy New Year to you.
Is anyone here actually their New Year?
Not yet.
Nope.
All of us are central and later.
Okay. I take it back.
You will be the last.
Yeah. East Coast. Yeah, West Coast.
West Coast. East Coast just
I'm
had
like-
their yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we have a bunch of us that are central with Adam Inc. and I, and then Johnny, you are Mountain, right?
I am Mountain.
And then Spoonie over there is stuck over in the
Pacific.
Pacific.
Yeah, same as Sora.
You and Sora got Pacific.
Yeah.
How's it going, Sora?
Last one. Good.
You're not living in the future like everybody else. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Past sometimes is better, but not this year.
Unless we have Hawaiians in the group.
All I have to
Oh,
say is
true.
there's a shit ton of people that were living in the future. Not a damn one gave us warning of 9/11.
Or Betty White,
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Sanguine. What an excellent point. Bastard.
What? Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. They didn't give us any warning of 9/11. They didn't go, hey, by the way, there's a plane that's about to fly into your Twin Towers. You might as well deal with that.
I'll send you some videos.
But yeah, I'm looking at you, Australia. Terry, if you're out there, son of a bitch, you could have given us a heads up.
Yeah, you futurist.
He never leaves the apartment, so he's fine.
Yeah, that's a good point. Might not be like the nicest to blame him specifically, but everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, and
No.
Happy New Year, Talik.
Yep.
You're
to
on
save
the
that.
West Coast or East Coast? Goddamn! Whoa, started
I
early.
gotcha.
East Coast.
So how much have you had before joining here, Sora?
One glass, but it's a Moscato, and it's
Whoa,
very
hold
sweet.
on. Hold
So
on.
to ask you the same question that I asked Adam earlier,
Uh-oh.
when you say one glass, do you mean
Yeah.
one serving, or do you mean one full glass of whatever your chosen alcohol was?
So you know how usually with champagne flutes they don't fill it all the way, or you're supposed to only fill it like a couple
Halfway.
fingers or whatever. Yeah, no, the whole thing.
Nice.
Nice. I would have drank out of a coffee mug myself.
Had a girl. There you go.
I would have chosen like restaurant size.
It's like you know those
Mhm.
mason jars that you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to fill it up, fill it right up.
I one
Oh,
time
Adam-
used I
Adam
one time
and
mixed. Sorry.
okay, had you first.
Well, I one time mixed champagne with orange Gatorade for that brunch thing.
For
For
a
a
hood mimosa.
Yeah, mimosa. That's what it's called. Yeah,
that's an interesting.
it wasn't bad.
That is a interesting mimosa.
Wait,
That's a
wait.
hood mimosa right
What did
there.
you make? Gatorade and what?
Champagne.
Champagne?
Well, I bought the champagne to make a champagne cake, and I had a bunch left over, so I just drank it. You know, but all I had was Gatorade. It's like, yeah, fuck it.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
like I
that-
said, that is a hood mimosa right there.
Yeah.
and a happy New Year to our goal is Thunder, who's also in the East Coast time zone.
Yep. Happy New Year,
Ah.
Mr. Thunder or Mrs.
Yes.
Thunder. I have no idea.
Thunder.
Thunder,
Yep.
thunder, thunder from down under.
Oh, I thought you were about to go Thundercats. Oh!
That works too.
Okay, so now we're on to the movement. Yes.
I'm at a party with Quiz over here at Quiz's place. So
Hi, Quiz.
hold on. Hey Quiz,
But these guys, what's up?
you want to say hi to Sora real quick?
Oh yeah, sure.
Do 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 do.
Hello, Sora.
Hi, Quiz. Happy
been
New Year in the Narrow. So
So it's been a while since I talked to you, and Happy New Year.
have a good party.
Oh, thank you.
And
He's doing his
as
favorite
I-
thing.
You got,
As I was about to
got
say,
Jake Bruton over here to say hi too. Hey, speak. Hey, speak.
He does not. He does not like me.
Oh, Happy New Year, Jakey boy.
He's a good boy.
He keeps trying to like
Oh,
chill
we
on
get
the
about-
couch with me, but he doesn't like.
Yeah.
As soon as I look at him, he's like, "Whoa, nope."
Yeah, well, no.
He's trying to fight his own instincts of, you know, I want to be social, but also who are you?
Speak. Speak.
Oh, there he is.
Speak.
Oh, he's
There you
so
go. Good boy. Good boy.
Uh-oh. Treat time.
and thank you, Argolis. I was just swapping over to do the same.
Oh.
But yes, as I was about to say as well, thus far the only two that have had to deal with my pores when it comes to alcohol on stream are Adam and Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Both of them
Do
know.
you have a heavy hand? Are you saying?
I wasn't really heavy. It didn't drown out the taste, so it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, so
So
you know how
that's the problem with mixed drinks and getting too strong. Is what it drowns out the taste.
exactly. You know how most people pour by the size of fingers, right?
Yes.
I've told you guys my ring sizes, haven't I?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
don't-
God,
you don't-
yes.
You don't
Yes,
have.
I've seen your
that
fingers.
for you by the finger.
Okay, I gotta ask because I clearly don't know, and I figured I would Google it sometime, and I just been lazy. What's a finger?
So a finger of alcohol is when you're pouring alcohol into a glass, the average person's finger for like a standard low ball glass will be about the right pour. So it'll be about that ounce and a half.
Yeah, it's essentially the rationale is when you're holding the glass, how many fingers from the bottom of the glass where you're your ring finger is how many fingers all the way up to the top that you have filled with alcohol. So
Yep.
3 fingers is from your ring finger up to your
So widths. Okay.
Yes, it's the width of your finger.
It's the amount of liquid in the glass according to how many fingers you've got on the glass.
Well, because I was going to say, if you're going by length, that's about how I usually mix. So
Nice. Yeah, it's by the width of a finger. So a standard person's fingers, that's the amount that you're supposed to give. So 1 finger would be about that 1 drink's worth of alcohol. As I've said before, I have fucking enormous fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
To
not,
the
it's,
point
it's not a
where-
good bet. His 3 fingers is more like 4.5, 5
Ow.
fingers for a regular person.
Yeah, like Johnny, you're married, right? So
Yeah.
what size is your wedding ring?
You know, it's a good thing your wife isn't hearing this because she gets it happy.
I have to be really quiet. I actually don't wear my ring because it's. I'm afraid of it. It falls off my finger. I think I'm at 9.5.
He was getting the shit tarred out.
Okay, so your ring finger's a 9.5, maybe a little bit smaller since it falls off your finger. My
Mine's
pinky finger,
mine's a 7.
yeah. So a 7, 9.5. My pinky finger is an 11.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna make her mad. I'm gonna ask. She knows my
it.
knows my ring size.
I cannot find a standardly made ring for 6 of my fingers.
Mm.
Because I can find an 11.5. My ring fingers on both my hands are about a 13, which is where most rings top out. In fact, let me quickly double check because it might be a 13.5 for those, which would be 1 size higher. So it might be 8 of my fingers I can't find standard rings for.
I actually got small hands like Trump, so.
Yeah, I have hands that don't look big when you first look at them, but then you go to shake my hand and you realize this isn't normal. This sizing is wrong. Why is it this big? Because my hands don't look enormous since they're proportional.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. So it's
So you don't have really skinny arms, big hands. Makes sense.
Yeah, I have proportional body throughout, so my wrists, I don't have wrists. I have forearms that just end in the bottom of my hand, effectively.
Nice.
And like I said, my fingers are ridiculously thick. My middle fingers are 16s, which, yeah, no standard ring company sells up to 16s. 16s are always custom orders.
you're a favorite of jewelers then, because they're like, oh yes.
More gold.
Yeah. Okay, let me pull up I have a listing of all my finger sizes. So yeah, my middle fingers are 16s. My right hand index finger is also a 16. My left hand index finger and both ring fingers are 13.5s. And my pinkies are 10.5 to 11.
Nice.
So, when
You should be
I pour by fingers, it is a hell of a lot more alcohol that you get than the standard finger.
And there's a quote for you.
Because the truck hasn't been blown up yet.
More than the standard figure.
Yep. And also, my thumbs are 16s.
Wow.
Just perfect enough to gouge an eye out.
Ah, I have meaty hands.
Slightly gross, slightly funny story. So we had a new patient who had to be seen by our surgeon. Complained to us, basically decided not to go through with the exam and came out and said, I refuse to be seen by this doctor. I need to be seen by somebody else. And we didn't understand why, because he'd literally just gone in for a consultation, no exam yet, nothing. But we had one surgeon and he needed to be seen by a surgeon. So we're like, well, I'm very sorry. Your case is that, you have to see the surgeon. You don't understand. I cannot have him and his hands as my doctor. Like, oh, dearie. It's your delicate bottom.
Oh, does your surgeon have meaty hands as well?
Yes. Thick.
Oh yeah, I can understand the issue if you want a prostate exam.
Oh, we don't even do that.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
It's just don't go because it's not a urology office, so we don't do that. But still, it's things are poked in that area.
It's never fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I could never become
on our
a
side, of course, we're kind of laughing because like, but then we had to kind of break the bad news. Like, you can definitely, we can cancel your referral, but you can't see anyone else here. And the guy just went through with it. But that was the first time we ever actually had someone come out and just refuse.
He went through with it, refused to sit in his car to drive home, just decided he would walk there.
He basically decided to go full on with surgery because any conservative methods meant a lot of rectal exams. And he's like, fuck that. I'd rather go the hard route. And we're like, yeah, okay.
I only want my ass to hurt once, goddammit. Once.
Never
Makes
want to
sense.
come back. And we're like, yeah, no, that's fine. That's fair. That was the first and only time so far that I've had anybody complain like that. He doesn't have your hands. Like he definitely has smaller hands, but like
Mm-hmm.
still for a man, they're big hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like,
Ah,
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Sorry, I think that was my phone.
like I said, for me, pretty much everything is just oversized. My fingers are ridiculously thick. My wrists are ridiculously thick. I have 30-inch thighs.
sheesh.
My calves are ridiculous as well. Here, I have Taylor's tape on me. Let me see what my...
You have calves? Aw, that's so cute.
You're at max.
You like graze them and stuff?
You lost the max.
Not that sort of calf. The
No guy ever uses that.
calf that is your
When did you start
lower
a
leg
farm?
calf.
Oh, the muscles.
That's all there is to it.
Yes.
Muscles,
I would
yeah.
never
Oh no, I just imagine Sanguine in strongman competition.
11 and a half.
Whoa.
Oh, your standard fingers an 11 and a half?
Yep.
So that is about the same size as my pinky.
And that, yeah, meaty hand. I have to say I love the avatar. It's just so cute. Suddenly, oh god, it's adorable.
Yeah, my internet was giving me issues, like I had to turn mine off.
Hold on. So is it like filming your face and then all your facial expressions are being addressed on the avatar?
Yep.
That's fucking weird.
Fives to him.
Yeah, it's face rig.
Yep. And I discovered I can hold my breath.
Mhm.
Let's see if I can get this to work.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cute. Oh my god, that's adorable.
And I can also do the Gene Simmons.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that what it's called on the options on the selection screen?
No, that's pretty much what I go with.
Oh, I need to give a
'Cause you can
Yeah, the holding your breath makes you go full-blown Dizzy Gillespie.
It's so funny. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. Ah, we have another bot friend. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Argolis.
Thank you, Argolis. And let's see. Just
I'm
make
I'm I'm
sure.
not I can see the chat, but I'm not clicked in that actual screen because it throws me off. Having
Yep.
the delay in the actual video, so I'm a bit on the.
Yep, no
You can
worries. I'm happy that Argolis got the bop, and then I got the complete hide from chat. So
Nice.
that should be done with that one.
Hmm.
But
Until the next.
Adam and Ink can attest. I'm just gigantically proportioned.
That fits your personality, though. So
Yeah, like I said, when I show up to a party or anything like that, it is the avatar of some long forgotten deity of feasting has just shown up. Because
Yeah.
I always come with booze and bread.
Very
I'll take the
nice.
bread, but not the booze.
I will take
Uh,
both, but I will give you more of the bread.
Yeah.
Tend to show up with my
I'll
well,
bring cake.
hangover loaf and then box of booze, so whiskeys and beers and ciders and all that deliciousness.
Didn't you bring like a dragon's blood or something like that?
I brought Dragon's Milk by New Holland Brewery.
Oh yeah, dragon's milk.
It's like a milk
And-
beer.
It is a milk stout.
Okay. I never had a milk
Which-
stout. So.
So you know what a stout is, right?
Yeah.
So a milk stout is a stout that has lactose.
Wouldn't that just curdle in the alcohol?
No, if it had the proteins from milk,
Oh,
then
okay.
yes, it would curdle. But
Okay.
it just has the milk sugars, the lactose in it.
Ah.
And that allows you to have the nice kind of mellow sweetness and a rather rich mouthfeel to it, while still being deliciously smooth.
Nice.
I'm wanting to. Let's see if our liquor store has something like that.
Yeah, Dragon's Milk is fantastic. You might be able to even find
Oh.
Dragon's Milk White or Dragon's Milk Solar.
Yeah,
It
there's this
helps
brewery.
if I spell it correctly.
Well, there's this brewery near me that makes a marshmallow stout.
Oh, yeah.
I want to try that, but it's kind of expensive for one bottle.
Mm-hmm. Dragon's Milk has several different versions of Dragon's Milk. Their
Nice.
standard cellar's okay. Are you guys familiar with what cellaring a beer is?
Is it literally putting it in a cask in a cellar?
Effectively, it's you
mellow
store it
first.
away for a year or so, or multiple years in the proper environment, and the flavors kind of mellow and marry a bit
Yeah.
more.
It's the same thing with
This
wines
is-
too.
This sounds good. Let's see here. We've got a. I have to. I don't know where I would find this, but
Mm-hmm.
Foamer's Folly Equilibrium Imperial Coffee Milk Stout.
Yep.
8%. Not too bad. Sweet but
That's
bitter.
definitely intriguing.
Let's see here. Creamy and delicious coffee chocolate brew for anyone that enjoys the rich, delicious notes of a coffee stout.
I somewhat prefer the chocolate stouts to coffee stouts, but
Yeah.
Very
stouts are good.
malty.
I think the coffee
Right.
stouts are kind of overdone too. There's a lot. of them.
I've never had one, so that's
Really?
I didn't even know that was a thing. It's interesting.
Yep, we have
Um,
chocolate stouts, which are more chocolatey in their flavor, hence the name, and then you have coffee stouts that are more coffee in their flavor.
ooh, this is Dark Magic, a sweet horchata milk stout.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
horchata. I get behind that. That's a rice milk.
Yeah, that sounds.
Is that akin to rum chata, or is that?
It's basically the chata out of the rum chata. Yeah.
Hold on. He said horchata, and then he said that's the white milk.
No,
rice
milk.
rice.
Rice milk. I was like, okay, wait.
It's really good though. It's nice and sweet.
Were you trying to figure out what black milk is?
Well, I was like, I do like chocolate milk, but
That's milk of color.
oh god. Hey, you know what, Zora? I did not say that.
I prefer strawberry milk.
Hey, you know what? Nobody here is comparing white milk and chocolate milk and chachata milk and whatever the fuck milk.
I need to hit my liquor store this month.
No.
I just
Yeah.
looked up New Holland Brewer, which is the one that does Dragon's Milk.
Yeah.
And every year they come out with a reserve of some sort,
Yes.
and normally several reserves each year. So one of the first reserves for the year is a rye barrel aged stout with cinnamon, toasted chilies, and vanilla extract.
Ooh,
Nice.
that is very interesting.
Yeah. That one should be delicious. I have one of their 2021 reserves that's over in my collection of alcohols, and I'm letting mellow a bit, which is their Dragon's Milk Reserve 2021 number 2, which is a double bourbon barrel aged stout with Madagascar and Indonesian vanilla.
Ooh.
And that one is lovely. But yeah, the 3 Dragon's Milks that you might be able to find that are their year-round selection are Dragon's Milk, the standard, Dragon's White Milk, which is a bourbon barrel aged white stout that is really lovely, and then the Dragon's Milk Solera, which is a fodder aged ale.
Ooh, root beer milk stout.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's
The cons on this one is the aroma is all root beer.
And Gamer Valine, to mourn the death of someone is a fantastic reason to raise a glass. So I'm not sure why you can't raise a glass since America's grandma died. I would say that's all the more reason to raise a glass to the memory.
Sure. I'll wait some Coke.
And you all know who she's referring to, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sadly.
Yes.
I don't.
Well, so were you able to find that seasoning?
Betty White.
Yeah, Betty White died.
Yeah, sad.
4, 5, 6, 6 ups. 3 6 ups.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, I think she was the last surviving member of the Golden Girls, right?
Yep. Yeah, we looked that up earlier in the stream I had earlier today. Let's see. Estelle Getty went first.
Mm-hmm.
Then B. Arthur. Then Rue McClanahan.
B. Arthur had the most interesting backstory of all of them, in my opinion.
Oh,
Because do you know that B. Arthur was a Marine during World War II?
I think
I
you
did
mentioned
not.
that once.
Yeah, so during World War II, in order to free up men for the infantry, they started opening up different offices within the branches, or different MOSs, to be using the proper jargon, within the military to women. One of them was military police. B. Arthur signed up as a Marine and became a Marine MP during World War II. After World War II, they then closed up those sections again until, I want to say, shortly after Vietnam, they opened back up to females. So my mother was, in fact, one of, if not the first, female Marine MP after the reopening.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Why did they shut it?
So
What
they
was the...
opened it up originally because they were non-combat positions,
Okay.
and they needed to have MPs in order to keep standard base operation, be able to look over supply company, deal with all the standard shit that MPs do.
Okay.
So they wanted to free the men that were current MPs to be infantry. So in order to maintain the functionality of the MPs, they allowed women into the MPs. After the war, they returned all the former MPs that survived the war back to being MPs, and then they recruited additional male MPs, and they closed down pretty much every branch of the military to just recruiting men again. And then it wasn't until the branches started opening back up to women that it then reopened. The only reason why women were allowed in during World War II, like I said, were, of course, nursing positions. Those stayed open throughout, but there were a handful of non-combat positions that got expanded that weren't accepting women prior to World War II, and then weren't accepting women after World War II until, like I said, a bit after Vietnam.
Interesting.
I actually had a female drill sergeant, so I was in.
Yep. Yeah, that is another one that opened up more. And
she'll get pissed off if you call her ma'am.
I'm not sure why she would get pissed off if you called her ma'am.
Well, because she was a drill sergeant, and she wanted you to call her drill sergeant. That's why.
Yeah, but normally you'd be able to alternate drill sergeant and sir, or drill sergeant and ma'am, depending on the situation.
Well, how they say it is, the enlisted work for a living, but the officers do nothing, so that's why you call them sir and ma'am. You only call officers sir or ma'am, not the enlisted.
Might differ from branch to branch.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is the thing that always drives me crazy when I hear people talk about the expansion of who they allow into the military. It's one thing to allow people in the military when they can all meet the requirements to be in the military.
Yeah.
It's another thing when you have to lower the requirements for the people to be in the military.
Well, what kind of got me is they made it no more yelling at the recruits. I'm like, but that's how you tell when I'm up.
Yeah, when they got rid of the shark attack, that was fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Wait. You're not allowed to yell at them?
Nope.
So, there used to be something called the shark attack in military training. I think the Marine Corps still allows shark attack, but they might have also dropped back from it. I know the Army no longer allows shark attack, and I don't think the Navy nor the Air Force allow shark attack either. Shark attack is the recruits are doing their shit, they're going through boot camp. If one of them fucks up, a shark attack is like 4 or 5 different DIs all descending upon this person and just ripping the ever-living shit out of them.
Yeah. I remember those.
Because when you've had the ever-living shit ripped out of you by 4 DIs, you're not going to fuck up in the same way. It kind of drills that into your mind that, I don't like this, I'm going to avoid it.
Yeah.
But yes, they got rid of that. And it used to be something that it would be for the first day would have the greatest concentration of shark attacks. And then after the first day, it would start to wean off.
Well, in the Army, they had them segments, like they had the red weeks and blue weeks and whatnot. In the first few weeks, they were harder on you than the last few weeks.
Yep. And to comment on what Gamer Valine said, yep, they were also training female pilots in the auxiliary forces, specifically as the, what's the proper term, shuttle pilots? Something like that, where they would ferry the craft from where they were produced to the base that they would be used at. So they would fly it from the first base that got the craft after production to the actual forward point, and then they would go back, pick up another plane, fly it to the forward staging again.
Hey, Camel.
And that was to free up the male pilots for combat positions.
Nice.
And copy that, Camel. I'll click you in when you show up.
I actually barely passed boot camp for the physical.
Oh man, hold on. Camel can't join yet because I'm not Eagle Balls yet.
Well, he'll be here before you get Eagle Balls, and then he'll be here after you get Eagle Balls as well. That way he can get it before and after.
He'll experience the transition between flying and falling with style.
Yes.
Nice.
But yeah, the thing about the military that is also somewhat irksome that people think is there's a lot of people that seem to think prior to desegregation of the military that the military was always segregated.
Nope.
Which, do you guys know when segregation in the military started?
No.
No.
Woodrow Wilson.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I remember you talking about that before.
Woodrow Wilson was First World War.
Ah, okay.
So
Thank you. for the poorly informed non-Americans in the back.
yes, for the
Or the poorly informed Americans over here.
for the
Happy New Year, Costin.
majority
Hey, Constant.
of U.S. history, the armed forces were not segregated. And the federal government wasn't segregated either. Then Wilson decided to come in, and he was a racist asshole. And obviously a racist asshole. I mean, the motherfucker oversaw the revival of the KKK and aired
Oh,
a
jeez.
KKK propaganda film at the White House.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, he screened Birth of a Nation at the White House.
Nice.
And like I said, this is another thing that a lot of people get wrong. People think that the KKK was around since after the Civil War. No, it wasn't. The KKK had a start right after the Civil War. That is true. It was then strangled like a baby in a crib by the Republican Party at the time because they went, oh, you're starting up that shit? No, you aren't. Fuck this. And they went after it hammer and tongs. They went after it with the force of law. They went after it with tax and fines. They went after it so hard, it died.
Well, I was going to say, because the military, it was segregated, and they're trying to make it inclusive with, transgenders and all that stuff now.
Yep.
So it's like it's a different side of the coin, but same coin,
Yeah, the thing is that it wasn't segregated up until Wilson, and then Wilson decided that he would segregate the federal government. And like I said, the KKK, it started up right after the Civil War. It was killed by Grant right after the Civil War. It didn't survive Grant's presidency. It literally did not survive Grant's presidency. Then it was dead for the longest fucking time, and it revived about the same time as Woodrow Wilson came to office. He screened a KKK propaganda film, Birth of a Nation, at the White House. He expanded Jim Crow laws to the federal government, segregating the federal government for the first time in its history. Segregating the military for the first time in its history. And then when the military was desegregated again, which happened under Eisenhower, if I remember correctly, people were acting like it was always segregated before that. No. It was started by that fucker Wilson.
And let me guess, he was a Democrat.
Yes. He's also, the idea that, well, American history ignores black people. You know that bullshit?
Yeah.
Do you know why American history for a period of time ignored black people?
Wilson.
Yes. Wilson, before becoming president, was a historian as well as a legal scholar.
Oh, a historian. So he liked to edit. I bet he would have loved Wikipedia.
Yes, he would have, because what he did was he wrote a definitive history of the United States.
Oh my goodness.
And his definitive history of the United States removed every major black figure within the history.
Yeah.
And nobody talks about that,
Yeah.
And also sugarcoated his
Only shooting attacks get the extra.
shit. I lost my track of thought because Hate Camel joined.
Hey, Cal.
Hello, Hey Camel.
How high are you right now, Adam? One to Bob
Hi.
Marley. Be honest.
Funny
5
enough,
feet.
it's not so much the Eagles balls as much as this Patron. I think I'm.
Now here's the problem.
I
Oh,
think
you're
I'm
mixing?
No, I've just been sipping this Patron for a bit.
You've come too early for the Eagles balls, Camel.
Yeah, dude, I was
When it-
right in the process. Give me after midnight because we've got a joint packed up. We're gonna smoke this joint.
Oh, is
It's
that
a 3 blend joint.
is
It's
that people talking in your background that I hear?
Yeah,
Yep.
no, yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's over at Inquisitors.
Ah, oh, tell Quiz I said hey, Happy New Year.
You'll be able to talk to him a bit.
But yeah, it was Wilson that was the result, or was the source of all that shit. So that pisses me off every time that I hear people talk about U.S. history and they're talking about, oh yeah, this was always how it was. No. That's how Wilson made it.
Never trust a Democrat from New Jersey, man.
Yeah.
I can't agree more.
Wilson was
You gotta be
Hey.
shitting me, really?
legitimately evil fuck.
I think my lighter just died finally.
Ah.
Yeah, that's because of the Eagles balls comment.
No, I'm pretty sure it's
It's
just because
karma.
I've been chain smoking for like the past 2 months, and this thing's like at least 4 months old.
Ah.
I usually buy the 50-pack of lighters.
Well, I wasn't a Boy Scout, but I'm still prepared. I had a spare one over here.
Nice.
I was really hoping that your ending for that sentence, I'm not a Boy Scout, but I'm prepared. I have a magnifying glass and a
Well,
bright
it's-
light.
It's
For no
15
wings.
till, man. I don't.
Shit, yeah, I was gonna say like a box of matches. or
Oh
something.
shit!
I've got a Zippo around here somewhere, and I don't know what I've done with it. Like it's either here or at Nana Camel's, and I cannot seem to locate it.
Mm.
Was it a fancy Zippo?
I got it from my mother. It's got the Serenity Prayer on it.
Oh, nice.
Ah.
Oh, excuse me.
So you were ready for Festivus?
I'm
Or
always ready
different
for the
Serenity
airing of
Prayer.
grievances.
But yeah, how
No,
was
yes,
your-
I do not have a peace pipe.
how was your year this year, Camel?
Pretty well shitty.
Ah. So it's a year that you're hoping to move on from and hoping to forget with the coming of the new year.
I'm just trying to brace myself for the next kick in the balls because I don't expect 2022 to be any better.
Fair enough. And Sora, were you in when I asked everyone if they had any fond memories that they wanted to share or anything that they were hoping to move past with the coming of the new year?
No, I was not yet in.
Okay, so then you can answer that question as well.
Wow.
Yes, a very broad question, right?
I'll probably remember at some point. I don't know. I think that this year was pretty much like just one day at a time, unfortunately. Not to be Debbie Downer over here.
Compared to what I just said, I don't. I mean,
Yeah, I think just getting through it was pretty good memory. Thankful to have everyone here to enjoy some time with, away from everyday humdrums. But yeah.
Fair enough. And don't worry, you did not bring down the mood with that, because that was actually one of the more cheerful comments that I got when I first asked it.
I attribute it to just social fatigue, honestly, with everything
Yeah.
that's going on. So
Everyone's been kicked in the teeth the past couple years, and hopefully
Yeah.
the coming of a new year will start to see the lessening of that. But for that, we'll have to see.
And Mr. Yes is asking if I'm still in 2021. I am. Oh,
So,
but it's almost Keeve's New Year.
mhm.
Oh shit.
So in the lead up to Central Time New Year, anyone have any New Year's resolutions that they want to toss out?
Well, I find the best way to keep a New Year's resolution is not to have any.
I generally agree with that, but I did come up with one when Johnny and I were streaming earlier with Necrosaw. My resolution for 2022 is to get all the items necessary to fake the rapture and scare the shit out of my neighbors come New Year's Eve next year.
That'd be nice.
I like that.
So
Okay.
just a bunch of extra clothes.
Well,
And some
no,
demon heads.
I was gonna see about setting up a sound system to like blare trumpets like right at midnight. Maybe some like Gregorian chants or
Oh, very classy. I like
like
it. Love
like
the chanting.
like the Damien Omen, like Rectus Dominus, you know.
Maybe
No,
maybe
you have to
a
go-
little of Enigma playing in the background, get that really spooky DM.
And then just like run out of the front door like Nana Camel, where'd you go?
Get 4 horses in properly hooved attire.
It makes it
No,
seem
no,
like you don't
you
like your
have to
neighbor.
go properly creepy, and don't go Gregorian chant. Skip that, go straight to Mongolian throat singing.
Oh, yes.
So I take it you don't like your neighbor.
Well, I mean, yes and no. Like, I was planning on doing it over at Nana Camel's house because I practically live there half the time right now anyway. And like the neighbors across the street are like the only really active ones. And I've known like the husband since like elementary school and the wife since high school. And they're nice enough people. But sometimes, like they tend to have an active social life and they host a lot. And me and Nana Camel, we're more hermit types, curmudgeons, if you will. And
I'm assuming you weren't meaning to make it sound like they were swingers there.
It did sound a little dented.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to have your mind in the gutter, that's your business. It's New Year's.
Camel, have you not met me? My mind is the gutter.
I don't. It's kind of like the well, not necessarily like the army, but more like the FBI. Just don't ask, don't care. I don't want to know about their sexual proclivities. So they've never invited me, and that's all I care about.
Aww.
Yeah, for a moment there, I thought it was an awe moment too, because it's nice to at least be considered, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like we've already had this conversation about the Devil's Triangle, Sanguine. Like, do we really need to rehash it?
Are we going to revisit yesterday's stream?
I have no intention of playing patty cakes. Okay.
You need to play patty cake mid.
Or have the skill to have your balls do it.
No, that was determined to be him. Don't you remember?
Mr. S, you do realize like I'm white as well. You know, like I could just grab a mirror and start yelling at myself. But there's, you know.
Where's the fun in that, though?
Well, that might freak out the neighbors too. Who knows, man? You just see me sitting there at like 12:01 a.m. just yelling into a mirror. Like, they'd probably ask what the fuck's going on.
Well, that's more in line
Don't worry
to
about
get
it.
you to an inpatient mental facility.
I was gonna say
rather
I
than-
don't feel like starting off the new year, you know, at the State Finger Painting Academy. So
Are you sure?
Damn
Might
it,
be
now
relaxing.
I just remembered Dave Landau's. Are you the penis master?
I don't know that reference.
Do you know who Dave Landau is?
I don't know most celebrities.
Okay,
he's on Louder with Crowder. He's a stand-up comedian.
Yep.
Okay.
He's a stand-up comedian, and he talked about how when he was younger, at one point he was really big into drinking and various drugs. And he was talking about how, due to the amount that he was drinking, he was commanded to go to rehab, but the rehab place was closed that night, so he had to go to a mental facility for 48 hours or so before they could then transfer him over to the rehab facility. And while he was there, he met a man who said that he was a werewolf,
Nice.
tried to attack him in the middle of the night, and then he told a story about how he drove one of his teachers insane by drawing penises everywhere.
One way to
And
do it.
he would just come in every day. She wouldn't be there. He'd draw a penis somewhere, and he'd hide the penises. They wouldn't always be obvious. He started off with just big, obvious penises on the board and shit like that. But then he started getting more clever, and he would hide them around the room. Until one day, she comes in, and she's looking around. And she doesn't see any penises. And she thinks that she's safe. So she starts teaching, and then at a certain point, she has to use the overhead projector, so she flips on the overhead projector, and in permanent marker on the overhead projector, not on the actual stand for the overhead projector, but on the fucking mirror that reflects it, he drew a penis. So just projected is this enormous cock and balls.
That takes a
And-
level of dedication I've never had.
Yeah.
She just
Keep that bit
immediately snaps and starts demanding, "Who's the penis master?" And Dave confesses that he was in fact the penis master. He then gets sent to the principal's office, where he then explains that yes, he is in fact the penis master, and he's suspended from school, and he has to get the signature of one of his parents in order to come back. So after his suspension, he comes back, hands in the slip, and is promptly suspended again, because where his parents were supposed to sign is another dick and balls. When he finally returns, he goes to that class again, and there's a different teacher.
Oh no.
And he starts asking around, like, what happened to Miss So-and-so? And it turns out that he had completely fucking broken this woman. And every day she would just come in demanding to know who was the penis master.
Wow.
And just singling out children and saying, "Are you the penis master? He wasn't alone. I know that someone else is the penis master. Are you the penis master?" So she ended up getting committed. And
Yeah.
he ends the bit by saying, "So all I can think is that there is a non-zero chance that at some point there was a woman in a mental health facility that grabbed a boy there and demanded to know if he was the penis master. And his response back was, "No, I'm just a werewolf."
Good
And they
times.
lived happily ever after.
But yes, that's
I
the
ship it.
reference that I was making.
That did remind me
Better
of
than
something
Twilight.
from high school, though. The art classes that we had in high school, it was. I took art my freshman year, and I'm not an artist by any stretch of imagination. I can barely draw stick figures. But I passed art with flying colors because I knew how to use power tools. And I had a buddy who he decided to take art, like a year or two later because it was an elective. And he had a different art teacher, and they ended up doing an art project where they made like trash cans, like out of paper mache, like like your little office size trash can.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they're supposed to make them out of take this paper mache, and they're supposed to make whatever shape form that they wanted. And he was a big fan of Slipknot, so he had his trash can. It was square trash can. And on each side of the trash can, he had like one of the different masks from members of the band. And I don't remember the name of the DJ from Slipknot.
It was Sid.
Sid something, yeah. Or his number, right?
0.
Okay, thank you, Johnny. Maybe I should have consulted you before I started this story. Shit. Anyway. Sid,
Get it
number
right,
0. His mask was very phallic in nature. So much so that he would actually jack off the nose while they were playing shows and whatnot. And so he's got Sid, number 0's mask as one of the 4 sides of this trash can. And it was around this time that young Camel became a man, right? And so, being a newly minted man, I tried to be responsible.
To fuck his trash can?
No, sir. No,
Okay.
sir. This is why, your mind being in the gutter sometimes leads you astray. So, not what I'm getting at.
Making sure you started with "I had just become a man."
Well, I'm adding context to the story as we go, so we can get to the end point here.
Hey, we're not at Jack Murphy levels yet.
But
I'd be asking someone else to fuck the garbage can for you.
trying to be a responsible, newly minted man, young Camel that's started carrying condoms, because you never know when you got to be ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they put these trash cans on display in the high school library, and I immediately noticed my buddy's trash can. I knew it was his, and so being the smartass that I was, I took one of the condoms that I had available to me, and I put it on the nose of the number 0 mask side of the trash can. And this was back before they had cameras all over the schools. So like the library, there was one kid who decided to stash his weed in the library when they would do like the school car searches in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that kid was an idiot up until that point. Turns out he was a mad fucking genius because it worked. But so yeah,
Who's gonna check in the library?
Exactly right. That's only the nerds go to the library. Nobody's smoking weed in there. But
the only problem is that he stuck it in the baking section, which was a bit too on the nose.
I don't know exactly where he stashed it, but yeah, he pulled it off, man. And so yeah, I pulled a condom out of a pocket, unwrapped it, put it on the mask, and left. And it was a blue scented condom. Flavored condom. It was like vanilla or something like that. It's weird.
Why was it blue and vanilla? Who
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
goes for blue vanilla? It should have been raspberry. Goddammit!
It was part. Take your complaint to Durex, sir. I didn't. I didn't have any process in the manufacturing or the marketing.
Sora, clearly you're the
This
person
is
that
the
needs
problem.
to forward this complaint.
But
Don't use
you can at
flavoring,
least
period.
You
How
can
about
Happy New Year,
none?
everybody.
write it with the
Oh yeah, it's Happy New Year for
complaint.
Keys.
Or
Happy New Year.
or if
I
you're gonna go
missed the countdown.
for flavoring, use like something like passion fruit. Make
But
it
the
exotic.
best part was, like, I do that, right, and I just leave, and I'm just wondering how long it's going to take before somebody notices. And I walked, they had those trash cans up for at least a week, because this was on Monday. I did this, and so I'm walking past the library every day, just seeing, it's like, is it still there? Is it still there? Yeah, it's still there. And finally, I stopped paying attention, and I forget about the trash can with the condom nose. And it wasn't until like years later, after we had graduated high school and everything, me and this buddy were talking over his apartment, and I tell him about the story about me doing that. He's like, "That was you? Oh, you asshole! They pulled me in the office and asked me about it." I'm like, when? Because like they left it sitting there for like a whole week. He's like, yeah, like when I went to go take the trash cans down, they noticed a fucking condom on the nose, and I thought I did it. I was like, you never said anything about it then.
Now there was a gal in our graduating class that got in trouble. She got suspended a couple times for handing out condoms to kids.
Why?
I'm like, I don't know.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, you say kids. Like, she was
Like-
in your graduating class. Like, how old were they?
Well, we were 18 at the time, actually.
How old were the kids she was handing them out to?
High school kids. I don't know.
She was
Of-
doing
of-
a good job.
I mean, as long as she wasn't like tossing them like bird feed at like middle schoolers, I don't see what the problem is here.
No, yeah, she was handing them out to the kids at the high school, which, I mean, go you. Like,
Yeah.
Because, yeah, a lot of kids, at that age are afraid to go buy condoms and shit like that. So it's like,
Uh-oh.
Like I said, man, there was no shame in my game. I just went to like the health department, got the brown bag special. Oh,
we lose
Our
Sanguine?
host has yeeted himself.
Well, when I was in school, I used to super glue coders to the floor.
Oh,
Okay,
you're one of
as a-
those people.
as a
Okay.
poor kid, I fucking hated you growing up.
And there's a
Like
few
quarters,
of
that
those
was
around
real
my
money.
high
I'd walk
school.
past a penny, but a quarter, holy shit,
Whoa,
man!
whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on, did we lose Sanguine?
Yeah.
We did, yes.
Shit. Well,
I'll
hold
be
on.
back.
Happy New Year's, and just now we heard some gunshots. So
What?
that's where we live.
It's probably
Seriously?
fireworks.
No, it's people shooting their guns in the air.
Oh
He
my
lives in
God.
Chirac, remember? That's how they
No.
celebrate. It's gunshots.
We're gonna
It's-
go.
They
We're gonna go and join this joint. So we'll be back in a bit.
It's
And
it's the Yosemite Sam type of year.
yeah.
Enjoy, but stay
I'm gonna
safe.
burn you to smithereens. If you know that radio station. But yeah, we'll
Don't
be
get
back.
holes in you.
Wait, hold on. Where does Sanguine go?
He dropped.
She's
Sanguine
most likely-
has.
I guess we'll find out in about 5 minutes.
So can I
About 4 minutes and 30 seconds, give or take. Now.
can I trust the four of you to hold the fort at least until hopefully he comes back?
I don't know. Sora's here. She's trouble.
Well, I mean,
Jeez, I know that's what
Johnny is a weekly keeper, so I think we'll be in all right hands.
we have an adult supervising us. It's fine.
Wait, me?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm just a spoon. Come on now.
Oh, shit.
congratulations! You just started. Here's your wings. Earn your stripes. Let the boy earn his spurs. I'm gonna be right back because I gotta get high.
Okie doke. I figure since
Oh, and Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. That kind of automatically makes you the adult in the room.
Well, so I'm the sickest one here, so I'm the sickest one here, so I guess I would be the designated driver.
Ah!
Oh, that's fine. So he's probably getting a shot.
Oh,
What's up, Quiz?
hey, Quiz.
Nothing. Hey, Camel, how's it going?
I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah, I say we had some puff puff pass earlier today, and I've only had one shot, so I'm probably the soberest person here.
Well, after this all wraps up, I get to go try and do laundry because Nana Camel's dryer busted.
Oh, so you gotta bring her load over and dry it?
Yeah, well, I've already got the stuff. I brought it over here. I'm just gonna wash it and dry it here. But
Mhm.
yeah, so I'm doing like probably 3 or 4 loads of laundry before I try to get some sleep,
Mm.
and then I get to wake up and do it all over again tomorrow.
Well, so give Nana Camo her best again.
Yeah, she's appreciative of all the people, all these random people on the internet that I hang out with, wishing her the best. And she's also a little mortified that I'm talking about her to random people on the internet.
That's fine. We have nothing but love for Nana Camo.
Yeah. So I will let her know you guys all wish her a happy new year and everything. So.
Yes, very much so.
Yes, please.
I know a little bit.
Shaker.
Oh, you
And
did a
Mr. Yes,
puppy?
we're not going
It used to be
for
like
another
the
hour.
Last time I came over here.
Speak. Hey, speak.
Woof woof.
Speak.
Ah, well.
Speak.
Yippee-yay,
Tell me. Hey.
And I got to try and get up at a reasonable hour tomorrow, so that way I'm not gonna watch because I don't want to jinx it, but I'm gonna listen to the
Yay!
Fiesta Bowl.
You want one of these?
Time has been reset.
Tell me. Tell me. How much you want one of these? How much you want?
Oh my goodness, look at his voice.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Sanguine.
Yeah, sorry about that. My browser decided to absolutely shit the bed and just dropped me out.
Oh, jeez.
So I had to get it brought back up.
That has like 1 point damage.
So.
And he's gonna beat the crap out of my truck.
That's okay.
But
We-
No, the court's in your ball. The ball's in your court right now. Yes.
the court's in your
The court
ball.
is
and
indeed in your ball, sir.
background.
I don't know
Hey,
if
Oh, that's just.
out of my pants.
I hate it when that happens. Oh, shit.
Started with the damn government. They put their needles in my goddamn shoulder. They're staying the hell out of my balls.
I'm already injecting was it Bill Gates's person finding autism. I don't need the
See, I was worried which sort of court was in the balls. Apparently, it's a legal court. I wasn't sure if it was the king's court was in your balls.
It's a $3 hooker court.
Oh, so
in
night
other words,
court.
it's the
I just
WNBA.
crapped out.
hey, also it's not a night court.
That was good.
Or it could have been a quart of some sort of liquid. And if you have a quart of liquid in your balls, seek a doctor.
Yeah, that,
You need help.
immediately.
I'm already diseased by a $3 hooker. It doesn't matter what happens now.
Johnny.
They can blow up my vehicles at this point. I
Big
want to die.
chungus.
I've got a
Big,
$3
big
hooker in my balls.
At that point, you need to get your balls lanced and the
That's a
fluid
good way to start
drained.
off the new year. A $3 hooker at your balls.
Oh, you gotta
Don't
love
want
those
any
jokes.
explosions, believe
That's
me.
good because I've started out most of the New Year's really well, and they didn't turn out that great. I mean, in the last month alone, 2 people dead. So I'm thinking, you know what? It can't get a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of people with out $3 hookers on their balls.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, hold on, not
the
a
court in their ball.
not a hooker, an escort.
An
Yeah,
escort.
escort,
She's
yeah.
an escort, which
Yeah.
makes her a little more classier than
They're
a
a
hooker.
class of
You're getting
Yeah.
fancy.
Because they're not meth smokers. She's just trying to get that little extra for the coke.
Yeah.
They
She's like $3 from the coke.
they work off that.
That's why she wants to throw up.
Might I
She's
recommend that
$3
for
away from a
2022 you
coke.
don't
That's
buy
why
any
she- that's
hookers
why
that
she
give you
charging
change
my
when you go to
credit card.
5.
Yeah.
Love yourself more.
That's the only thing
Higher
I would sell to
standards.
my ex-wife.
No, you
Just buy some fries and be happy with that,
Now
At
I
least this time, go for one that has all her teeth.
But you don't want a gum job?
I was
Oh,
unaware
I'm not
because
into gilfs.
I heard the dog barking and I'm like, oh, I should check to see if
We've been in lockdown, and this is Illinois, for Christ's sake. They screwed us with mask laws and mandates. We've been masked up so long, I don't care what her face looks like. I'm pulling that up over her face. Only her mouth is showing.
Well, here, the government actually told the safest way to have sex is through a glory hole. That was an actual governmental mandate.
Has legally said that the safest way to have sex is the Mennonite way, putting a hole through the sheets.
Oh, I thought that was like some kind of like Orthodox Jew or something like that. It's just
I thought it was a Mormon thing.
No, they got the magic underwear. With the
Yeah,
or is that the Mormon where they like you put the hole through the sheet and then you assume the position. And then you have a third party jump on the bed.
Jumping. Yeah.
I thought that was like an Orthodox Jew thing. I didn't realize it was the Mennonites.
That's what I heard, at least.
I thought it was a Mormon thing.
I don't know. I think it's a weird. It seems that it's shared across many cultures.
Yes. Yes.
How lovely.
I may have to ask my friend about this eventually.
I missed the countdown for the Central Standard, so
yeah.
For everyone, Happy New Year's, and just because it isn't New Year's without at least one verse, should old acquaintance be forgotten?
I can hum the tune. I just don't know any of the words.
I just make mouth noises, you know.
Yeah, I know the 2 refrain verses. I don't know enough of the rest of it. Because it's a verse that I just sang, and then it's the For Old Lang Syne, my dear, for Old Lang Syne, we'll talk a cup, or take a cup of kindness,
dear,
yet, for Old
Lang Syne.
But,
it's fucked up when the Canadian's the one that's singing along with you. I mean, come on, man.
Why?
No, the Canadians got a lot of Scots as well.
Like I said, I can hum the tune. I just don't know the words. And if I'm being completely honest, I think that's quintessentially American right there. God damn.
Yeah. Well, the only like syllable you know is Zine.
I knew something about acquaintances and forgot that, and I forgot the rest.
Old acquaintance be forgot and never thought of.
See, I know that bit.
Well, by the time you're singing this, everyone's drunk anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's why I just hum.
It should be a bar drinking song.
Well, a lot of that shit effectively was.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, the tune for the national anthem was originally a barroom song.
National anthem, really?
Yeah, Acheron.
Oh.
It was the Star Spangled was originally to Acheron, if I remember, or is to Acheron, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna quickly double check. Acheron.
But since somebody in the background for Quiz and Adam was talking about masks and whatnot earlier, I guess they had New Year's Eve and I don't know, is this New York?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it was hosted by Pete Davidson and Miley Cyrus.
That one was in Miami. That was in Miami for Miley Cyrus's New Year's Eve.
Yeah. If I wanted to see a ball drop, I'd wait for him to jump off a bridge.
But no, Nuance Bro he showed this clip on Twitter. It's a guy proposing to his woman, right? They're both wearing masks, and she says, "I do," and they go ahead and just kiss with the masks on.
Oh.
It's like, come on.
No.
You're gonna get married for the rest of your life. Just actually kiss. Fuck
Yeah,
off.
exactly. I mean, like, if this is the one moment, it should be acceptable for these two people at least to go ahead and say, you know what, fuck the mask, just pull it down for a second, lock some lips, you know.
And then they both get COVID and die.
Well,
how romantic.
Phil,
a real Charles.
She just agreed.
How
Verbal
maudlin.
contract right there.
So I was close with the name. It wasn't an Escheron. It was a Necreon in Heaven is the tune that was then used for the Star Spangled Banners.
I always get that like confused for the tune and everything like that with Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Yep.
Because that's another one that's regularly played for American history. I think it was a war hymn for the Revolution and for the Civil.
Yep.
Yeah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Yeah.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is stamping out the vineyards where the grapes of wrath are stored.
I only remember the American History X version, and I don't think that's suitable for Minion streaming. So I will refrain.
But yeah, a shit ton of songs are just bar songs that were then given prettier words.
Just remixes, man. It's not a new thing.
So when are we going to see the next national anthem to Wonderwall?
See, I'm more worried
You
about...
shut your mouth, Quiz. How dare you, sir?
See, Quiz, I'm more worried about the national anthem that's based off of the tune to WAP.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
There's some wigs in this house.
Though I do have to say, I welcome the national anthem set to the tune of Bismarck's
Just a Friend?
Yes.
You
got what I need.
We lost him this year.
He's just a friend.
And see, the thing is that it does not matter how good you are singing normally. You can have a proper, clarion clear, angelic voice in most songs. But the moment that you start crooning out the tune to Just a Friend, you have to go for this just unholy belt of you got what I need. It has to sound almost like you're trying to sing while doing a Bill Cosby.
Yeah, Bill Cosby taking a shit is how you got to pull on that one.
Because if you don't, it doesn't sound right.
I will see your Bismarcky, and I will raise you a song that I heard for the first time playing on a car radio in a while on my way home. I stopped to get me some energy drinks and some cigarettes because I was running low and I got shit to do after this. A dude sitting in his car in the parking lot was listening to Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Nice. Yes. Now, the question is, which song? I mean, of course.
You know which song.
I'm going to take the 99%.
It was Put 'Em on the Glass, of course.
And so, I was going to say, and say it's Baby Got Back, but it could have been My Hoopty Man.
Well, I mean, you could go with, let's see, Wild Thing with Tone Loc.
Oh, yeah. Or what was the one he did with the Presidents of the United States of America?
Oh, I don't remember. But
Yeah, he did
I think it was the Subset or something like that.
But yeah, it was Baby Got Back. I was like, it's fucking. Is this 1993? What the fuck's going on here?
That's a timeless classic.
Although,
yeah, you gotta wonder, was it the actual Sir Mix-a-Lot song or was it the Nicki Minaj song?
No, it was Sir Mix-a-Lot. It was
Okay.
not. It was not Anaconda. It was
Talk about someone who tried to kill a good thing.
Right.
Well, I actually, since you had the dog bark, it actually made me look it up. Less Than Jake put out a new album last year.
Nice.
Wait, hold on. What was the name of it?
Silver Linings.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that on YouTube. I've seen those.
I got to check that out then.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I wonder if they put out anything. It's been a while. So
I know they've done several EPs. In fact, actually, one of them was called. I think it's like at the home studio or whatever. What they did is they all recorded their separate tracks remotely, and then one guy got them emailed to him, and he put them all together in an EP.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
And it was released during the big quarantine in 2020.
Yeah, I know that Goldfinger did that too, and they did really well with it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I remember that one from Less Than Jake. I don't remember anything other stuff they do there, other than Silver Linings.
Let me see his reaction.
I actually just in November I went to a punk rock festival. It was awesome. Yeah.
Which one?
Do that online.
I was Punk in the Park.
Okay. Yeah, because we get one every late. Is it late? Late spring? I think it's late spring.
Lollapalooza.
No, not Lollapalooza. We get one called Riot Fest.
Nice.
Oh, the music.
Fitting for Chicagoland.
And it's great fun. I was like, we went to Riot Fest in what 2013? I know we've got the card over there. Here, wait, hold on. Let me figure out what year it was. Give me 1 sec.
Well, I used to go to Warped Tour
Hold on,
every year.
wait. Quiz, you gotta tag me in. Tag me in.
I used to go to.
The turnbuckle.
Oh yeah, no.
What do you guys?
Adam and I've come in. I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing in Riot. He's looking at a picture right now on his wall, and Jacob is helping me. Oh yeah.
Jake has a concern.
So Adam,
2012.
what is your
Last
signature
year,
move?
2012. It was the last year that they did, or that GWAR was the original lineup because Dave Brocky died later that year.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, I say we got to see GWAR, we got to see Andrew WK, Less Than Jake. What was the other one? Dropkick Murphys, NoFX, Descendants. Yeah, it was a great time. We had.
I always wanted to see Descendants live. It seemed like a fun band.
Oh yeah, they're great. They're a lot of fun. I say the ones that we got that we of course tried to get really close to. I unfortunately I really wanted to for GWAR, but GWAR filled up really quick, so I didn't get sprayed with blood or anything. I wanted to, but I didn't.
So
I
I
was
do
staying
have
back.
to ask, given the wrestling jokes, Adam, what is your signature move? And Inquisitor, is your signature move the Trial by Fire, or is it just the Melior Maleficarum?
Well, unfortunately, Adam is in the bathroom, so he can't answer you.
Well, you can still answer about yours. Is it the Trial by Fire or the Melior Maleficarum?
No. I'm way more finite than that. Totally the Tombstone. Go big or go home, man.
You know, it is a shame. It is a shame that Adam had to go off to the bathroom because I had a Spider-Man line just lined up, waiting for him to hop back on the mic with the whole Macho Man routine.
Oh yeah, Pet Monkey hit me with a folding chair.
Well, I was gonna do the whole that's a cute outfit. Did your husband buy it for you?
See, I think we all need to take a moment and remember that Macho Man died in order to save everyone from the rapture.
Oh yeah, of course. Wasn't it like the day before the Herald camping thing?
No, it was the day of the Herald camping.
Oh jeez.
The only major person to die was Macho Man. So clearly, Macho Man took God off the turnbuckle and prevented the rapture.
Yeah.
How can you be sure, Sanguine? How do we know that Macho Man isn't the only one that ascended during the rapture and we're all stuck in hell right now?
Because his clothing wasn't the only thing left behind. He left behind a standard corpse.
But I figure I've got no choice.
I mean, if you want to take the Book of Revelations literally, okay.
That's what most of the nutters do.
Aren't people saying that everyone feels that since 2018 nothing has felt right? So that's when everything. That's when we entered the black hole and we're all stuck in a time loop.
Okay, wait, hold on 1 sec. I'll be right back. I'll get something to read. And so I'm in a unique position in the fact that I'm out in my living room right now. So give me 1 quick second.
I was gonna say, Macho Man's death was proof that God needed that man dead.
Oh my.
Well, for me, 2018 was good because I met all you guys. So,
Well, I mean, he has a heart attack.
Oh yeah.
And then, in the middle of that heart attack, he wrecks his car into a tree.
True.
I don't know how much more proof you need that he's like, no, I'm going to make sure that this motherfucker's dead.
That's kind
lightning
of like
strike would probably put the the cherry on top, Johnny.
that's kind of like the original, or the I will not say the original because he is the only one and should have been the only one, the actor for Q, the way that he died. I do not acknowledge the new Q. Yeah, the original Q, he died. He stepped down from his position of Q in the last Pierce Brosnan, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that Q. I was thinking.
Yeah, she's
Star
thinking
Trek.
Star Trek. She's thinking John Delancey Q.
Oh no, I'm talking James Bond Q.
Yeah.
And he died in a car accident at like 90 fucking 7.
Jeez.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That's so sad. I didn't know that.
Okay.
What a shitty way to die.
Yeah,
So
he was
obviously
in the greatest number of James Bond movies of any actor as the exact same role.
So obviously, okay, guys, where everything started diverting is beginning with the violent dissolution of the Mexican government in January 2011. More governments fell in the next 5 years than any similar span in history. Famine stalked the world, adding to the already lengthy rolls of the dead. Massive civilian populations protests led to raids on European nuclear power plants, 3 of which suffered meltdowns, and radiation fallout was extensive and damaging. On the heels of the VIDUS virus came the frightening phenomenon later explained by the unexplained genetic expression, or UGE, all over the world. Mutant and changeling children being born to normal parents. Newsweek dubbed the UGE UGE children elves and dwarves, and it seemed the apocalypse had finally arrived, and the year was 2011. Now remember,
Hey, I was born well before 2011. Fuck you.
Well, it was on December 24th, 2001. They say that the appearance of the dragon Ryudomo was seen is the signpost making the Mayans called the emergence of the sixth world. That's obviously what happened. I mean, we're just living in the sixth world. We just, we need to see the Indian Revolution, taking NORAD and firing a nuke at Russia. That's when we'll see the U.S. annexing Canada and the South seceding again.
You hear that, Johnny? We got to rise up in revolution to get this thing.
Yeah,
back on track.
you guys take everything from the Mississippi all the way out to California, man. California, though, secedes and becomes an independent state and basically just gets taken over by Japan.
Well, we're just gonna Bugs Bunny that shit, right off the map.
Yeah, it's fine. Most of it's like an irradiated wasteland anyway.
See, I still say that the major error is that it says that dwarves started to be born in 2011. And I'm far too old to have been born in 2011.
Well, that just means that your unexplained genetic expression happened in 2011. Before then, were you less dwarf-like? And now, after 2011, you're more dwarf-like?
I was still a giant dwarf.
Yeah, but when did you start growing your facial hair?
Pre-2011.
I bet 2011. I bet 2011. I'm betting 2011.
I started growing my facial hair back in high school.
At age 5.
Out of the womb.
By the way, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that's the background for the cyberpunk futuristic role-playing game Shadowrun.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Jesus, that is absolutely creepy.
Yeah. Especially considering the VIDUS virus that happened in 2011. I mean, they were off by 10 years, but
Night Thunder.
Have a good night, Argolis.
Like I said, I grew my beard before then. I've always been a giant dwarf. I mean, you've been around long enough that you might remember when I shared that one picture that I edited to remove everyone's faces from, where it was me kneeling in front of 3 of my friends from high school.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, you sent that to me.
4 of my friends from high school, and I was as broad as 2 of them. I was kneeling in front of them, and I looked superimposed because my shoulders were from the end of one person to the end of an entirely different person.
How would I be able to divide my forces to,
I said now Adam's getting interested in 40K.
So which army is he going to go for?
We don't know. We're currently I'm showing Slate the orcs. He's currently using my orcs against Bug's Chaos.
Nice.
Here you are infecting everyone.
Hmm?
Here you are infecting everyone with
Yes.
the bug that is 40K.
See, he's just waiting for the thing that he knows might actually be able to draw me in.
Yeah.
Which would be the revitalization squats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting for the D&D stream. Like I've never got to play. So.
Well, you know, here's the thing, right? Just today I went and actually bought a Wrath and Glory adventure module. So I'm thinking about revitalizing the RP streams. But the problem is that I'm thinking what we might do is we might do 40K RPG instead.
If it's able to fit into my schedule, and if there's room, I want in, motherfucker. I want in.
I say the adventures that are in that book that I bought today too, really interesting. Like sort of twists involved with them too. I really like them.
Nice.
It'll be fun. So
and for those who don't know what we're talking about when it comes to D&D streams, ages
my
ago,
channel.
Far too long ago, Inquisitor ran D&D for shitloads.
Mm-hmm. Still all up on my channel. Haven't been taken down. By the way, since now it's the new year, all new expression. First of the new year. Thank you for the honor. Fuck you, Susan.
Yep.
Yes, Susan.
You heard it here, folks. The second we've gone down, you'll know why.
Hey, Sanguine, just out of curiosity, what is the last time zone to celebrate New Year's?
The last time zone to celebrate New Year's.
The one before Australia.
I'm trying to remember what the hell it is. Is it Hawaii?
Oh, you guys are devious. You're gonna try to get Terry to say it.
Well, no.
Terry's in the future.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's in the future. Yeah.
Like it's almost the second for him now.
It is the American Samoans.
Well, the reason I asked is because when Johnny and I did our stream earlier, we talked about Betty White passing and everything.
Yeah.
And like we just started riffing on that, and the running joke was that like the last time zone to celebrate the New Year, that's when the trumpets would blare because Betty White was the last thing. You know, she was the last seal before the rapture.
Nice.
So I'm just wondering, like, how much more time we got here?
Well, it's like we made the joke as soon as the ball drops, he had a 5, 4, 3, 2, and then just everything stops at 1. It's like,
Betty White died. No.
But yes, the American Samoans are GMT minus 12.
Okay.
Huh.
So,
I still find it fucking hilarious.
What was that, like another 6 hours or something?
Let's see. Central's minus 5, so it's another 7 hours.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, so I think they want to continue the game. I gotta go up and Adam, check me in. Check me in. I'm on the third book. Yeah.
So, Adam, we heard Inquisitor's signature move. What is your signature move?
Yeah. Mr. Adam is tagged into the ring.
Okay, so, Adam, what is your signature move? We heard Inquisitor's signature move. Since you guys are doing the wrestling bit, what is your signature move?
Give me a second.
No, he's going right at the Lord.
We scared Jacob.
I got nothing. I have no idea.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, poor baby.
when I get
We're
to
good.
Shannon, that's what I'll be doing.
So I'm
But I
guessing
have, I
all
just
this
have one.
I know I was a little exaggerated in tagging
Oh,
quiz. I'm sorry.
did you scare poor Jake?
I was always partial to choke slam myself.
Well, first thing I would do is I would have to at least clothesline him to the ground, preferably close to the corner, so I can jump on the turnbuckle, and then when I'm jumping, I'm gonna do the usual fucking elbow drop, right? But I'm gonna steal from the great Shiki, because you know what, Shiki baby, it's my turn now. Okay, I'm gonna take him, fuck him in the ass, break his back, and put him in a camel clutch, and make him humble.
So what would you call this move?
I don't know. I'm sorry, Jaco. I'm trying to be.
An
I
awkward
have to say,
goodbye.
I have to say, like I'm a little I don't know how to feel about sodomy before a camel clutch.
Well, I mean, that's a tradition. It's kind of.
What are you doing, like the Turkish oil wrestling? What's going on here?
Well, you could use oil, but
Now I'm just. Do you guys remember the story? I think it's from earlier this year, might have been from last year, of the 15 guys that got rabies from fucking a donkey.
What?
Oh my god.
I,
They deserved
I
it.
believe I may have missed that story.
Hold on.
I need to know how these two things are connected, Sanguine.
I want to know what the hell you guys were talking about before I got tagged in, because
Well, the thing that made me think about it was sodomy after a camel clutch, and the 15
no, this is before.
guys.
Hold on, it's before. Let's be clear. It's before
sorry.
the camel clutch.
Sodomy before the camel
Yes.
clutch. The 15 guys were.
It's to help to make them humble.
The 15
I just wanna be
guys
clear.
were Arabic, to say the least. So
Oh.
the camel clutch was what jogged my memory of that particular incident, or rather, the sodomy and the camel clutch was what jogged my memory.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You can go off on.
I mean, I didn't want to dive into the details.
I knew I shouldn't have asked.
Yeah.
But you did.
But I did.
Hold on,
And
it's
here
the
we
new year.
are.
Hold on, wait. This is the first time I'm talking to you guys in the new year. So, how are you guys doing? All of you. Hold on, let me look. Hold on, the screen's really small. Sanguine, and hope you're having a good New Year's.
Yep, and I
Mr. Adam. Oh, that's me.
drank some of that Lafroig Cardias, which is amazing.
Wait, what?
I had a finger of Lafroig Cardias.
Well, hold on, dude. Give me like
Another bot. Jeez.
Give me 3 minutes. Or, no, not 3 minutes. That's a long time. 3 seconds. Let me go pour a shot, and let's do a shot, dude.
Okay, let me pour out another measure of Lafroig.
Yeah, hold on. I'll even do a sanguine finger shot. Dude, that's weird. That sounds weird. Hold on. I'll be right back. You're gonna hear background noise because I'm not gonna hit mute. But there you
So
go.
at some point, we need to get someone who's a bartender as part of the Minions so that we can have an official sanguine finger shot.
Well, as long as it's not a sanguine finger blast, I think it should be fine.
We just gotta get LC to be a minion, you know.
I don't know. If you have a sanguine finger blast, I think you need to stretch a few times before that happens.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right, I'm gonna polish off the Patron.
Because, again, my pinky is about as big or round as your ring finger, Johnny.
Hold on. I gotta figure out an Odysseus name for Sanguine. Sanguinius?
Sanguinius would be
Sanguintunius.
Sanguinius would be a fairly standard Roman version of sanguine.
What about
Because-
Sanguius?
Sanguius. I don't know. I
Sanguis
wanna,
is also a standard one.
Hey, give me
is it a
because-
Greek name?
No!
No, sanguine comes from the Roman word
Plus,
sanguis.
plus, addition to 3. Not combined.
It's Latin. Sanguis meaning blood.
Unfortunately, you know,
And it is sanguine is the name of the bloody or the personification of the bloody
They're
humor,
in the penalty box.
But you do have
which
this.
is for those who are familiar with your four humors.
Yes.
Congrats, you know, an archaic medical
That bad.
system, but the sanguine humor was associated with joviality. So there's actually a
Well, I need to get this.
Oh, no, sorry.
room in Bolsover Castle, which was one of the royal estates of the English.
On the second turn.
I think it was the royal estate of Richard II.
Nice.
5.
It's Richard II that was deposed, right? During the War of the Roses.
Yeah.
So it was the royal estate of Richard II, and in the entertaining room of Bolsover Castle, there are the depiction of the four humors, but there's only 3 humors that are depicted in the room. And the one humor that is not depicted is sanguine, because as the king was entertaining, the king himself would be the representation of sanguine, because sanguine is the jovial humor.
Okay, that's it. But
And with that,
what you do?
I raise a glass to you, sir.
Just to cover your ass.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Saludos.
And hey, Eddie.
Cheers.
And again, I'm drinking the Lefroy Cardias,
And Night
which
Crow and Wellington.
is a cask strength Scotch, and it is an Islay Scotch, so it is
Drive by DACA.
amazingly, magically smoky.
Nice.
Okay, I like that.
And it
I'm
is.
enjoying the commentary in the background.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, to be honest, you should see the battle. I mean, this dude, he's a new player, and he's holding himself up pretty well. So,
Nice.
and you know, it's Quiz and his roommate teaching him how to play Warhammer, and he's been doing a good job for so far.
Very nice.
But you know, I think it. I mean, me personally, I look at it. Warhammer has a lot of
All right.
big trikes and tanks and stuff. So
Charge.
for me, I'm looking at it like, well, why don't you just feign retreat and then just swipe them up from the right? But
So-
you can't do that.
Start with a Russian tactic and then end with more a Hunnic or Mongol approach.
Well, which Russian tactic are you speaking of? The Russians of the War of 1812 or the Russians of Nazi Germany?
Well, both of them started the same way of fuck you, do you realize how cold Russian winter is? Suck it, you greedy bitch.
Yeah, but I don't think the communists really destroyed the territory as they were leaving as much as
Oh no, they absolutely did. The thing that they completely torched everything as they left. This is the thing that not a lot of people know about World War II, and it's mainly because the Russians didn't really put out the information as much as, or they suppressed the information as much as they could.
I mean,
and the
I believe
Americans
it.
didn't put out the information as much as they could.
And to be
If
honest,
not for
if it-
Lend-Lease.
if the strategy worked for the imperialists, I think you should utilize that same strategy.
Well, the thing is that the communists did it to a greater degree of torching everything as they left, to the point where if not for Lend-Lease, the Russians would have fallen, and they would have fallen hard because they would have just starved themselves to death.
He's dead.
He is?
Yeah, he just killed the warlord.
But Lend-Lease gave them
Unfortunately,
an obscene amount of tonnage of food, as well as, again, something that is not well known. Lend-Lease gave them a fuck ton of equipment, and I mean a metric fuck ton of equipment, which isn't really given its due because you have a bunch of fucking internet communists that want to say, but Russia won World War II, not wanting to acknowledge the fact that without support of the U.S., Russia would have fallen well before the end of the war.
That's why you just leave him there. I'm not going to charge him.
Do-do-do.
Also, the English gave the Russians a battleship.
Nice.
Yeah, they gave a battleship to the Russians, and the Russians were supposed to return the battleship, and they slagged off on returning the battleship for fucking ages. Potentially because they just didn't want to give it up. Potentially because they were ashamed at the state of the battleship after they had had it. Because they had so neglected the maintenance of the ship that the main turrets had rusted in place.
Oh.
So when it was finally returned to the English ended up scrapping it as a reef.
That's one way to do it.
Yep. Because there's fuck all else that it could do. But it was a fairly storied English vessel before it had been gifted to the Russians. And it was mainly gifted to the Russians because when a good chunk of the Italian Navy was taken, it was going to be divided up between the English and the Russians. The Americans pretty much went, fuck it, we don't want their shit. And the English and the Russians went, well, it would be a real pain in the ass trying to get this shit to the Russians. Russia, you take these couple ships, and when we can get the Italian ships to you, we'll get the Italian ships to you, and then you give us back our ships. And then, like I said, the Russians dragged their feet, giving back the English ships because they did not maintain the ships. They used the fuck out of them, but they did not maintain them.
Yeah.
But yes. Shall we stick around for one more time zone, or are you guys flagging?
Well, I won't be able to. I can wish a happy New Year early on my end. I would have to dip out because I'm going to spend it with my mom for at least that first 5 minutes or so.
I can stick around for Mountain Time. They don't get any love, ain't that right, Johnny?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I can hang out till then, but I do have to go lay down soon.
Yep.
All right. Another 20 minutes.
It'd be 13 minutes to Mountain.
Nice.
I do say constantly that Mountain Zone is the most abused time zone.
Yeah.
So you're the redheaded stepchild?
Because you'll notice that whenever a TV show is mentioned, they always go Eastern, Central, and Pacific. They never mention Mountain.
True.
Poor Mountain.
It's the forgotten time zone. It's the land of the lost.
Yep. It's the only time zone that takes math.
Did you say takes math or takes meth?
Math.
Yes. Is the answer to that question, Sanguine. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, there is no wrong answer there.
I was about to say that's a bit dark, but
Why do you think they're the forgotten time zone? They're too busy scrubbing the bathroom with a toothbrush.
it's the only action that toothbrush ever receives.
Oh, Jesus.
Land of the Black Tooth.
Yeah, it ain't just the feet that are black.
Oh,
That just
God.
reminds me of something from ages ago. When I was in high school, I was watching this one show that was about prisons and shit like that. And a Russian was being brought in for processing at the prison. and he was asked if he had any dental problems. The dude just starts cackling, and he says, I have one gold tooth, and you ask if I have dental problems. I have one gold tooth, not one tooth that is gold. I have one tooth in whole head gold.
Well, I mean, he had a gold tooth when he got there. I'm pretty sure someone beat it out of him.
It was his only tooth.
Yeah. And I'm sure it fetched somebody, something nice at the commissary when they ripped it out of his skull.
But yeah, that Russian was fucking hilarious because he went off on the do you have any dental problems as well as do you have any history of alcoholism? And his response back was, I'm Russian. I don't have a drinking problem. I'm just Russian.
Makes sense.
Just, oh, fuck, dude. Okay.
I mean, that's just by nationality alone, that's functional alcoholism right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
kind of.
Can you blame him? This dude probably hangs out with bears and shit. Like,
I mean,
how are you gonna sit there and like tell this dude, "Hey, don't feed the bears"? And he takes a look over his left shoulder and he's like, "Hey, Sergey," and the bear's like, "Rrr." And he's like, "They told me not to feed you." I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, if I was born in Siberia, I'd probably stay hammered too. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's the best way to keep warm, right?
Actually, raise core temp.
I like that roll.
Does it?
Yeah, the reason why you feel warmer after you drink alcohol.
Hold on. Do you think I can change that fate by drinking the Gatorade champagne mixture that we talked about earlier?
That would still result in your core temp dipping because the reason why you feel warmer and why your limbs feel warmer after drinking alcohol is alcohol is a vasodilator, which means that it opens up all your veins and opens up all your blood vessels effectively. So your blood flow improves to your extremities, warming your extremities. But the reason why your blood flow decreases as you get cold is a way of your body protecting its core temp and keeping the core warm while going, fuck it, you're going to lose a finger. Fuck you.
And this is how I shared a picture. That's how a Russian bear asks for vodka.
Let me pull it up.
No.
Nice. See, the Russian bear.
Dude, hold on. No. This is from the cartoon The Critic, and this is the best part. It is. They had the bear be a partner for the Critic, but it didn't work out. And then the bear went to go apologize, and the bear went and did a little dance. And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, no, he has a dance." And that's best.
Well, because they said that the bear was sedated and he bumped into it and the bear attacked. He said, "Look, he's sorry."
Oh.
Like he even did this silly dance for you. He's like, and then he completely rejected it, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat this motherfucker."
Though,
you remember what happened? You ate the last Critic.
No, the Critic said, "And your act is as bad as your fur. It stinks." Oh God bless the Critic.
But yeah, I think we all need to acknowledge the best bear of them all, Wojak. You guys know Wojak, right?
Who is Wojak?
It was a Polish soldier bear.
Yes, it was the Polish artillery bear.
Oh, yeah.
So, Adam, the story of Wojak was a Polish bear, or was a bear that was adopted by the Polish military, and it was adopted by an artillery company. Or was it an artillery or was it an artillery supply company? One of those two.
I think it was an artillery supply company. Like they used him to like move around cannons and shit.
Yeah, they used Wojak. So they adopted Wojak. They gave him vodka and cigarettes as well as fed him.
They gave him a rank.
They gave him a rank. They made him an actual part of their unit because an order came down that they weren't allowed to just have a mascot. So they went, fuck it, we'll make him an actual soldier.
Nice.
So they brought him into the military proper. They taught him how to carry munitions for them. So the shells that would normally take like 2 men to carry, he would just pick up and walk around with. He would pick up entire crates of ammunition, move them to where they needed to go. And they just kept him around, teaching him how to do the various jobs of the company. He would do the jobs. They would pay him in vodka and cigarettes with food and effectively pets. And he survived the entire fucking war. His retirement was, he was given to the Scottish Zoo, if I remember correctly. I want to say it was the Edinburgh Zoo. And throughout his entire life, the soldiers that he had served with would show up and give him cigarettes and vodka while he was at the zoo.
Nice.
He would also wrestle with the various troops that he was stationed with while he was serving. So they would wrestle with the bear, have him help them load and carry shit. And then when he retired, he was sent to a zoo, and the soldiers kept on visiting him, giving him cigarettes and vodka, and just spending time with him, reminiscing about the days of the war, effectively.
Nice.
Like he was a normal human soldier.
He lived to be 21 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is a decently long time for a bear.
Mm-hmm. Specifically since he obviously has an addiction to nicotine.
It's preservative, you know.
It's a decently long time for a standard bear. It is a hell of a good run for a bear that's addicted to alcohol and nicotine.
I'm feeling a little
He was
attacked
born
here,
in
people.
Iran. He was born in Hamadan, Iran, and died at the Edinburgh Zoo. You're right. Yeah, he was.
Yep.
Oh, what a sweet boy. He
and look at-
weighed nearly 500 kilos, which is about 1,100 pounds, and was over
half
5.9 feet tall.
Yep.
Wait, 5.9 feet tall?
5'9". Sorry, 5'9".
He was only 5'9"?
Well, he wasn't a grizzly. He was a...
He's a Syrian bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And plus nicotine stunts your growth, you know.
No, he only got the nicotine after he was fully grown, effectively.
There's quite a few different statues of him all over the place.
Yep.
Very,
Statues
very
of
nice. Wojak.
Oh, Wojak?
Wojak.
Wojtek?
And I really did. The first
The Polish artillery bear.
Oh.
Damage and then that
Sorry, it's pronounced Wojtek.
Wojtek.
There we go.
I say all I was hearing was Wojak. I'm all like the meme guy.
No, did you love me? Oh my goodness, he's so cute. Hold on. I will share.
Yeah, it's one of the weird stories from the war that I absolutely fucking love.
Had like 6 guys behind.
Yeah,
him.
Dankula did a video about him.
Yep, he did the video about him as well as I'm trying to remember the name of the dog that was really famous during World War II.
Yeah, the messenger dog, right?
I don't remember the dog. I remember him doing one about a messenger pigeon from like World War One.
Yes, there was a messenger pigeon from World War One, but then there was also the dog from I want to say World War II, and he was originally just a company mascot, but then they were under fire. They tried to send pretty much every mechanism that they had to send any sort of message out. They were under fire in order to call in artillery. So they tried radio. Their radio operator got killed, if I remember correctly, and their radio was destroyed. They tried the various
My turn.
birds and whatnot that they had, those all got dead. So they went, fuck it, let's send the dog, and the dog got through.
The other bike, and then
It's almost time for the
if it still
countdown.
survived, I can move my orcs up
So it
slowly.
is. It is about 45 seconds out. So I'll keep an eye on my watch. If there's anything that needs my attention in chat, please do let me know, because until the countdown, I will just be looking at my watch. But yeah,
For mountain time, are you planning on going all the way until 2 for people in the Pacific?
I think we're going to call it after mountain time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
You're
I
also-
probably will be popping into just a Discord voice chat at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck you, Susan. For mountain time.
Oh, Happy New Year to Mountain Time, and fuck Susan!
Woo!
That is $3 escort.
But yes, so we will be calling it now, it sounds like, though I will be hopping into a voice chat over on the Minions Discord if anyone wants to continue their celebrations.
You're not even
Bullshit.
slurring yet. It's 1 o'clock. You said you were tired, so you damn well better start slurring.
With that,
Yeah. What he said.
I have yet to start slurring.
Also, I found myself just chilling in the chair. You guys are like, "How'd you do it?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead and explain that. Like, I'll be over here in the chair."
But yes, with that, I think we're going to go around the horn, do parting words. Also, while we're doing parting words, if you want to toss in any New Year's resolutions, if you have any, go ahead. But let's start with Adam and Inquisitor.
Well, I'll tell you this much. My New Year's resolution is to try and get all of my minis painted and then get out of this apartment so that we can find someplace better to live.
Has Bud not even mentioned that to you yet?
And does Adam want to chime in?
Hey, Adam, what's some parting words and New Year's resolution?
Go and say it.
Hang on. He was over by the table, the Warhammer
Yep.
table.
Not a problem.
I've kept my New Year's
Well, am I on here?
Yep.
Yep,
You're
you're
on.
on.
Yeah, you're on.
Uh,
Hello?
What?
You're on.
I didn't do that. But as an outgoing message, we're closing off, right?
Yep.
Okay. So as always, thanks for letting me on. I appreciate the join. I want to thank Quiz for inviting me over for the evening. I love you, man.
Yeah.
You're a great guy, and
I may
I've
resolve
had
to
a
do
lot
a
of fun.
bunch of shit, but it won't be tonight.
But I will say, you know what? God bless, and I love y'all.
Have a good one, man.
So,
And let's
Happy New
go
Year, Adam
over-
and Quiz.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Fuck Susan!
Later, Keith.
And let's go over to Johnny next.
The beautiful part is I have no idea. I'm just annoyed.
Yeah, don't let your balls play patty cake.
Okay. Then let's go to.
That's really all I got.
Do you have a New Year's resolution or anything that you want to toss out?
No, I don't got anything.
Fair enough. Camel?
I decided to go ahead and look up a quote, and I'll leave you with some Oscar Wilde.
Ooh.
Good resolutions are simply checks that men draw on a bank where they have no account.
Yes.
Do you have anything else that you want to add? New Year's
Nah,
resolution?
I'll try and leave it a little classy tonight.
Copy that. Sora Luna?
A very happy New Year to everyone, and almost to us here on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I would say probably one of the ones that I have on my list. It's a short list this year, but the main one is basically boring, but to get back to using an agenda, which was I'm always very good at, but life gets away from you when you don't know what you're doing, and that's the best way of being on track. So that's my New Year's resolution. Just a little bit more of an office organization.
Copy that.
Yeah.
And Spoonie?
Life is worth living. Just try to squeeze as much fun out of it as you can. It's always worth it.
Copy that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave off with two different things. First
Already
off,
down for
something that I think is important to remember, the most important step that anyone can take is always the next one.
Yeah.
And as a bit of a hope for everyone listening in and everyone here, may the best that you've ever seen be the best that you're ever to see. Or be the worst that you're ever to see. Sorry. May the best that you've ever seen be the worst that you're ever to see. Which, for anyone wondering, because they don't understand that standard, may the happiest that you've been be the worst that you end up seeing from here on out.
Very nice.
And as for a New Year's resolution, I'll keep it simple. The standard, keep on improving, keep on moving forward. And with that, have a good night all. The zoo is closed.
Have fun.
Good night.
Good night.
Happy New Year.
Bye, everybody.
Happy New Year, all.
Good night. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
And again, I'll be over in Discord if anyone wants to jump in. Good night, all.
Don't let your boss
Night.
talk.
Discord party chat.